We will talk about a new miracle in the Quran. Muslims always keep telling us about miracles, and for sure we get a lot of them in the Quran. This is one of them. This is Surah 21 verse 82. It says that the God, he gave the power of the Prophet Salman to control the wind to carry him and take him wherever he wants. Now we will not explain this verse, and I will not make any comment except reading what the Muslims say about it. This is Ibn Kathir. This is the official government website of Saudi Arabia. And let us see what Ibn Kathir is saying about this verse. He is saying that the Prophet Salman used to have a flying carpet made from wood. In the top of it he do put all what he need from his kingdom needs, as horses, camels, tents, soldiers, and then he ordered the wind to carry him and whatever he need to wherever he want to go. And in the top of that, read with me please. له بساط من خشب يوضع عليه كل ما يحتاج إليه من أمور المملكة والخيل والجمال والخيام والجند ثم يأمر الريح أن تحمله فتدخل تحته ثم. So he is saying, as I said in English, he have a flying carpet, a carpet made from wood. He will put in the top of it wherever he want from his needs for his kingdom, and then he ordered the wind to carry him. Then the wind will carry him and he will fly, and then he will order the birds to cover him, or to cover the bird, so will give a shade for everybody in the top of the board. Now let us see more explanation about this. He said, and it used to be sitting or set in the top of that board 600,000 chair, 600,000 chair for the Prophet Salman in the top of the flying carpet made from wood. And they sit in the top of it, the believers of the human. Then next to them or after them, or the second line, is going to be the believers from the genies. Then he ordered all the birds, ثم يأمر الطير فتظلهم. Then he ordered the birds to fly in the top of them to give them a shade. And you know guys, when the birds will fly in the top of you, they will do billions of poo-poo in the top of you, especially if you are flying for 1 month, as the explanation here is saying. Because the Prophet Salman, he used to fly for 1 month to go, 1 month to go back. So his trip, round the trip, is 2 months. So 2 months of birds flying on top of you by thousands is going to be a lot of poo-poo. Peace to you all. In this video we are going to make a comment about the comments. Actually, even the Quran says that people, they accuse Muhammad. Alright, you see here, إن هذا إلا أساطير الأولين. This is nothing but the fairy tale stories of the old nations before you. Alright, do you see it? They accuse him many times during his lifetime that this is the stories we know. Those, but all those are legends, are stupid fairy tale stories. And Muhammad, with no shame, still he collect them and he put them as part of his books. Look how many times they keep saying to him, those are legends. It's all over the Quran. You see it? Here we go. It's a tales, fairy tale stories. The fact the word asatir is not only a tale, it is it's exaggerating of stupidity, like ustura. It's a fabrication with exaggeration of things happen there, like things like flying, like today what we call it fiction, like people Spider-Man and blah blah blah, etc. But at that time they have their own kind of fiction stories, and Muhammad, he heard those stories and he made them part of his Quran. And this Abdul, he is trying to prove me wrong, and he posts something underneath of this video. This Abdul, his name, I will make him famous. His name is Salim Aboud. Unbelievable. Let us see what Salim Aboud he said. Salim Aboud, where is your post? And you will notice, my friends, here, this guy, he got me busted. I mean, seriously, this guy is seriously intelligent. He said, what a liar, foolish Christian princes. He's insulting me now.
Why you don't show the in your clip full hadith or verse? What do you mean full hadith or verse? I'm showing the hadith number, I'm showing the Quran page, I mean the chapter number, the verse number in the front of the screen, and even I'm showing the interpretation of the verse. What do you want more? But look, he wanted to get me busted, and this guy is smart. He decided to defend his prophet, but he did expose him more. Look what he said. Read the Jewish view in the flying carpet of Solomon. You idiot! This is not the Jewish. This is not the Jewish view. You dummy, donkey, monkey. This is the Jewish legends. He's trying to prove to us. Remember, if you go back, he's trying to prove to us the flying carpet there. All right, the flying carpet. And I have to show you that this is what he's trying to show us, that the flying carpet is not a stupid story, it's real. So he want to convince us that the flying carpet is a real story and it is not a fiction. For sure he will win. You know, I mean, who in the world can deny that the flying carpet is real? Where is his post? What happened? So he's saying Solomon carpet. Alright, so the whole here post he is making for the flying carpet, which means he's trying to prove to us it is not only the Muslims we are the stupid. He is trying to say to you, well, the Jewish are stupid too, so what do you say of that? Huh? You stupid idiot, the Jews don't believe in this. And I will show you from the website you gave us. This is the website you gave us. As you see, I click, we open it. Here we go in the side, it says Solomon carpet. Let us first expand the size of the page so everybody can read better. Alright, here we go. You are the one who mentioned the carpet, by the way. There is the eagle of Solomon, there is the temple of Solomon, there is etc. And even the ant, my friend, even the ant story, Muhammad, he stole it from there. And here is the story of the Queen of Sheba. By the way, do you know that your prophet, he mentioned in the Quran that when Solomon he died, he was dead, and the interpretation explain more details, that when he died, he died and he was standing up. And the reason, for 1 year, guys, nobody noticed that this guy is dead. Some stories face for a couple of months, or like 6 months. For 1 year is standing dead, and nobody noticed that he is dead. And how they notice he is dead? Because the termite, they ate his stick and then he fell down. Unbelievable story. I mean, a king, he died, and the ministers and the wives and the soldiers, nobody noticed that he is dead. They go to his throne and he's standing there. No comment. Now we click at the Solomon carpet. Do you see it, Abdul? This is what you choose for us from the same page. I will go a little bit up, a little bit up, a little bit up, and I got a surprise for you, Mr. Donkey. Do you see what it says here, Abdul? Importance in Jewish legends. Do you see it? This is legends. This is nothing to do with the Bible, and this is nothing to do with the true belief. Those are collection of legends. The Jews, they tell their stories or the fairy tale stories for their children. So the Jews agree that those are legends, and you can read the whole Testament, the Old Testament, and you will not find any of those stories there. Why? Because simply they are stupid legends. So when you as a Muslim, you agree that those are legends, and your prophet, he stole them from the Jews and he put them in his book, that means your prophet is a fake prophet, for he is a thief of legends. Like, I wish he stole from the Old Testament a true story, but he is stealing legends, flying carpet, flying horse. You know, do you know that he mentioned the Suleiman, he used to have a flying horse before the flying carpet, but because he slaughtered him, when he get angry, Allah replaced the flying horse with the flying carpet. And I can show you Aisha, She heard about the flying carpet and the flying horse, sorry. She used to play with the toys with it. And this is why Muhammad, he come with the story of the flying mule he called it al-buraq. This story is coming from the legion of the Jews, and the legion of the Jews is coming from the Assyrian, who have legions too about flying animals. So all of this is a collection of legions, and the question is how someone he claimed to be a prophet of God, he agree with legions to make them as part of his story. How you agree with it? So if we go to the carpet issue, we go down. Like here as an example, the story of Solomon judgment. You know, it's all of this is a collection of legions. You know, and then we go down to the carpet. Let's go to the carpet. The eagle of Suleiman. The Quran speak about the hudhud. All right. And here the carpet. You will see it's exactly the same story. With you know, like Muhammad, he just make it shorter, and you know, you will see here that the flying carpet, you know, it carry all his kingdomship, and you know, read with me here, you know. You see it? So he ordered the wind, and the Quran says the same, that Suleiman, he ordered the wind, and the wind carry him. So those are legions, and you Muslims, you copy legions from the Jews and you put it in your Quran.
We will talk about a new miracle in the Quran. Muslims always keep telling us about miracles, and for sure we get a lot of them in the Quran. This is one of them. This is Surah 21 verse 82. It says that the God, he gave the power of the Prophet Salman to control the wind to carry him and take him wherever he wants. Now we will not explain this verse, and I will not make any comment except reading what the Muslims say about it. This is Ibn Kathir. This is the official government website of Saudi Arabia, and let us see what Ibn Kathir is saying about this verse. He is saying that the Prophet Salman used to have a flying carpet made from wood. In the top of it he do put all what he need from his kingdom needs, as horses, camels, tents, soldiers, and then he ordered the wind to carry him and whatever he need to wherever he want to go. To wherever he want to go. And in the top of that, read with me please. له بساط من خشب يوضع عليه كل ما يحتاج إليه من أمور المملكة والخيل والجمال والخيام والجند ثم يأمر الريح أن تحمله فتدخل تحته ثم. So he is saying, as I said in English, he have a flying carpet, a carpet made from wood. He will put in the top of it wherever he want from his needs for his kingdom, and then he ordered the wind to carry him. Then the wind will carry him and he will fly, and then he will order the birds to cover him, or to cover the bird, so will give a shade for everybody in the top of the board. Now let us see more explanation about this. He said, and it used to be sitting or set in the top of that board 600,000 chair, 600,000 chair for the Prophet Salman in the top of the flying carpet made from wood. And they sit in the top of it the believers of the human. Then next to them or after them, or the second line, is going to be the believers from the genies. Then he ordered all the birds. ثم يأمر الطير فتظلهم. Then he ordered the birds to fly in the top of them to give them a shade. And you know guys, when the birds will fly in the top of you, they will do billions of poo-poo in the top of you, especially if you are flying for 1 month, as the explanation here saying. Because the Prophet Salman, he used to fly for 1 month to go, 1 month to go back. So his trip, round the trip, is 2 months. So 2 months of birds flying on top of you by thousands is going to be a lot of poo-poo. God help you, Prophet Salman, for this disaster. So then the Prophet Salman, he ordered the wind to carry the board and whatever in the top of the board, and the wind will carry it all, and he will fly like a great bird as a mountain. Then when he wanna you know, like, then the flying carpet will go raise up, as it says in here, you know, then he go in the top of his throne or his bed, you know, and the flying carpet is flying. I don't know if you saw that in cartoon before, but now you get a good idea to make one about this. You know, the story in here is showing us really very weird story, and you know, no one have a brain will believe in such a cartoon like this. You know, what a flying carpet, and what 600,000 on the top of it, and made it from wood, and you know, like, come on guys, come on, like, you know, come on, use your brain. What the need of that carpet even? Like, why? You know? And where is that carpet? What happened to it? If the carpet is fit for 600,000 chairs, do you know how big it is? Like, how many acres? How many acres? How many kilometers? How many square kilometers? You know, how many? This should be thousands, and this is the size of a city. 600,000 people can sit in the top of that. All the soldiers and all the horses, all the tent, all the food, all the animals, everything, his kingdom, all of it flying with him. So if you don't believe in the flying carpet and you are a Muslim, I advise you from today to believe in it. But me myself, I will not. I'm a lot smarter than believing in this flying carpet. This is why I believe that this is a story made by someone. You know, all days people, they love to listen to magic stories. You know, and we will see later in the Quran about the magic of the ring of Salmon, and you know, there is a lot of stories, amazing stories. We will see, but let's go one by one. Now we are done with the flying carpet. I hope you enjoy it, and you can tell this story for your kids. Maybe they will convert to Islam. Thank you.
And Muhammad always do that. As an example, for all Muhammad life, he never mentioned the punishment of the grave. And one day a Jewish woman, she came to the house of Muhammad, as you see it here. Aisha said that a Jew came to her and mentioned the punishment in the grave, saying to her, may Allah protect you from the punishment of the grave. Aisha, she said, then she asked the Prophet or the Apostle about the punishment of the grave. He said, yes, there is punishment in the grave. Aisha then after that she said, I never saw the Apostle but seeking refuge with Allah from the punishment in the grave in every prayer. If you analyze this hadith with me, you will notice that Muhammad, he never mentioned the punishment of the grave ever before, until a Jew told Aisha about the punishment of the grave. Aisha, she told Muhammad about the punishment of the grave, and since then Muhammad, he cannot pass a day without saying, I seek refuge to Allah from the punishment of the grave. I mean, if the punishment of the grave is so scary, and Muhammad, he is a prophet of Allah, how come he never heard of it until the Jew, he told him, and then he stuck with it? And the proof that Muhammad never mentioned it before, because Aisha, why she is surprised? Why they, you know, if Muhammad mentioned it before, and as you see, this is mean before that time, before that day, Muhammad never ever mentioned such a thing. And this is one of the part of the Jewish legends, that when you go in the grave, your punishment start. So Muhammad, he copy it and he make it part of his religion. And now he is teaching the Muslims that there is a punishment of the grave. Don't forget, if you want to learn more, you can get my books from Amazon.com by searching for Christian Prince, and you will find all the list of my books. And soon our German copy will be out. and we have the Swedish, and we have the French. Get your copy and learn about the cult, stupid religion of Islam. Thank you, and God bless. Don't forget to subscribe.